Hi, I'm Luann, and what I'm going to be doing, probably over a series of about 7 videos, is I've read a book that is absolutely fantastic. I've been blessed to have read a lot of very good books, but I wanted to actually do videos on this one, and hopefully be able to help a few people um, change their life. If there's one person I can help, fantastic. But the book is called Your Best Life Now: 7 Steps to Living at Your Full Potential by Joel Osteen. It was a #1 bestseller. And yes, he is a minister, but he has some valuable lessons that he's teaching in there. In fact, his first step that he was talking about is called Enlarge Your Vision. What does that really mean? We get so caught up in the day to day activities of, get up at a certain time. If you got kids, you got things you got to get done, then get off to work, come home, on and on and on. And we can kind of get into a tendency to, unless we're trying to improve ourselves, of getting in kind of a humdrum situation and kind of start feeling sorry for ourselves, and life is never going to get better, and on and on and on. Give you an example. I want you to kind of test yourself to see what type of an attitude or mental attitude you're in. Let's pretend that you and I are walking down this street that's full of beautiful homes. I don't know about you, but I love real estate. And as we're walking down the street and we're looking at these houses and the yards, and um, we start discussing it, and I say to you, boy, someday, soon, I'm going to be living in a house just like that. Now, maybe I'm working at Walmart. Nothing against Walmart, okay? But they're not what you call high-paying jobs. So, but yet, so maybe I'm making $10 an hour, but I think I'm going to be living in this $1 million home. Or if I would say, boy, I'd love to live in a house like that, but I know it's not going to happen. With me working at Walmart, I'll never make enough money to do any of that, to live in a home this way. Well, do you notice the differences in the two ways of talking? One, you're programming yourself to, you get what you ask for, okay, as a whole, because you send out to the universe, either, as an example, I'll never be able to live in a house like that, working at Walmart, and I'll never make enough money. Well, you're sending out to the universe that, you're going to stay working in a low-paying job. That's just the way it is. Or, the other way is you're working at Walmart, $10 an hour, but you are some way, somehow going to be buying that house. Do you notice the differences? I'm using that as an example. Because what you conceive in your heart is really what you're going to get. You open the doors to however you are truly communicating with yourself. And you know what? Yes, you may have had some very tough things, growing up, or bad things happen in your life. You know, as an example, I have a very good friend that, it's horrible, absolutely horrible, that lost a child about 16, 17 years ago. And it's really hard being around her and her husband. They have not been able to release it. It's continuously. Nothing can be said about the child, like memories, good things, because the tears well up in the eyes. And yes, thank God I haven't lost a child. I can understand the hurt, but you need to let go and start to celebrate their life. Look at all the good things, all the fun things, the wonderful things that you had, the wonderful time with your child. I had a tough time growing up. Again, I didn't lose a child, but my childhood wasn't what you call wonderful. And fortunately, I've been blessed to have had a lot of books brought to me that have really helped me. Like this, this one is a reiteration of the things that I've learned over the years. But one little tidbit of lesson that I'm going to kind of leave you with that kind of summarizes a lot of this in the first part of this book is if you're having, it doesn't matter if you're having a tough time or you're not. Here's a little test to do, or I don't know if that's the right words for it, but before you get out of bed in the morning, um, list out, say out loud 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for before you even get out of bed. As an example, the first things I always say is, this is going to be a beautiful, wonderful day today. I'm so excited I can hardly wait. That's an example. You start to program that mind of yours into having a good day. And before I go to bed at night, I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for that happened during the day. As an example, I was very grateful. One of the things yesterday, I was very grateful that my vehicle, that it's in the shop, let's put it that way. And long story short, I could have been in a very severe accident to do with the front end. So I was very grateful that I was being taken care of. And yes, the vehicle's getting fixed. The opposite way, I could be saying, oh my God, another bill. What am I going to do? I cannot believe that this has happened to me. Do you notice the difference? So I also, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here a list of several things that actually what I like to do with it is one of the first things in the morning before I start my day, I actually read this out loud because it helps program this mind up here. And I'll guarantee you when I miss a day or two, like say it's a weekend and things are going on and it's really busy, I notice a big difference. So hopefully there's a few things I've shared with you that might be able to help you a little bit. And the next video, I'll go into the second step that Mr. Olstrom is mentioning of trying to help change our lives. Okay, you have a wonderful and blessed day. Talk to you soon.